Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Pollard and this is Packing for Iceland. I want to give you my anecdotes to best prepare you for your trip, and I also want to mention that this is from a male perspective. There will also be a female how to pack for Iceland video at the end of this or in a link popping up somewhere, so we shall see. To get into it, first things you'll need to do: make sure you have your documentation, have your passport, have your vaccination card. Make sure that you're not carrying COVID and you're spreading it around the world. I would say that 2 or 3 days before the trip, have proof that you are COVID negative if you don't have a vaccine. Little tidbit: have side cash for when you're in the country, leaving, going back to your country. You will need to get tested to make sure that you didn't pick it up in Iceland. So have some money to get tested once again for COVID-19. That is the documentation. Iceland does not need a visa. Iceland does not need you to take any shots. So you're not going through the jungles. You don't need to take any malaria things or fill out any extra forms. That is a good thing. So just ticket, passport, and your vaccination card. All right, I want to show you the bag. I did a minimalist style packing. So pretty much everything that I packed for was in this carry-on size bag. Some airlines also let you do a carry-on bag that is just a regular backpack that will fit under the seat. So between these two things, I was able to put in everything that I'm about to mention. A little side thing, I would say maybe get some of these clips right here, if you can see them, to hold bottles, to, you know, free up space. It'll dangle on the thing and you can get away with it that way. All right, I showed you the two bags. Now I want to talk about technology real quick. I brought a laptop, a hard drive, and some headphones. That was the only tech, obviously my phone to take pictures. The reason why I brought those things is I was worried that maybe I'd be taking so many pictures I needed to free up space. I didn't. In the 2 weeks that I was gone, my phone was able to hold that stuff, but maybe you're going to bring a better camera. Even so, you probably already know this, but this is a list to make sure you got everything you want. So bring those things if need be. I was able to fit those in my bags. Okay, now we're going to go head to toe. Bring a beanie. I was going to show you the beanie, but you know what a beanie is. It's very windy in Iceland. I want to talk about the weather real quick. You will get sunny, rain, sleet, everything under the weather, under a cloud, hitting you within a 5-minute radius, or, you know, just if you're driving around the ring, or, you know, aka going around the entire country, within a few meters, you're going to hit all types of weather storms, and so you need to dress as warm as possible. It's also summer. I'm speaking for people that went, or who were probably going around June. I was in summertime, and the sun did not go down. So even though the sun was up 24/7, it was still very chilly. So we're going to be dressing warm the entire trip for summer Iceland around 2021. So yeah, I brought a beanie. I also brought a hat. I mentioned the hat because you probably don't need the hat. I did that to kind of just protect my eyes from the sun. Realized I was wearing the beanie way more. Iceland is a super windy country, and the cold air gets to my ears. My ears are sensitive, so the beanie is probably the best thing for you. You don't need a hat to pack. Up to you. The next thing you know, I'd say sunglasses. Definitely need sunglasses. Sun's out all the time. No duh. Also, I would say bring a scarf. I'm not so much of a scarf person, but definitely was a scarf person on the trip. It helped a lot. Just, you know, stay as warm as possible. All right, I want to show you a hot ticket item that you must have. It is called the thick layered thermal jacket. This baby was my best friend. And like I said, it has a thermal inside. I brought 2 more jackets that I just want to show you. And even though this one I wore on the plane, this green one, these 2 I packed, definitely have the raincoat jacket. You need as much waterproof outer things like jackets and pants as possible. This one's a little bonus. Maybe you don't need it. If you're taking up, if you don't have enough space, don't bring the 3rd jacket, but maybe you'll want to sleep in it. Maybe if you get the other one dirty or too wet, you'll need something to switch out of. Totally get it. That's fine. Now, I want to talk about a few things. I don't know what you're going to do on your trip, But I did a glacier hike, which I highly recommend. The glacier hike was super awesome. Sometimes they ask you, or they do ask you, have a waterproof jacket, have waterproof pants. I brought my snowboarding pants that I purchased when I was like 15, and they still fit me. And I regret bringing these. The glacier hike was a great experience. However, I did not need those particular pants. So maybe, you know, there's a thinner waterproof pants that you can bring that kind of fold better into your packing. Bring those. Now, the next ticket items though are the other pairs of pants. I'll tell you, I brought regular ones in case I wanted to go out and stuff like that. I didn't do too much city life, so these pants were actually not that necessary, like just regular street pants. I was still in the COVID-19 like quarantine mentality, so I was wearing just regular gym pants the entire trip. Best, most comfortable experience. You don't need to do much. It's not like you're gonna have pockets full of things, so maybe just bring, I brought 2 pairs of sweats, maybe 2 or 3 if you want. All right, next very important thing are these babies. I brought 3 pairs of thermals. You gotta have thermals, you gotta have thermals, you gotta have a thick jacket, you gotta have a beanie. Those are the important ones. Definitely have it. The next item, regular shirt. This right here, this right here. I actually brought quite a few of these. I brought like 5, and they're not necessary. Now, if you're a very social media friendly person, then yeah, maybe you need them to like look pretty in your photos. However, I don't recommend that you bring as many shirts as you need, because your jacket will be buttoned up. It'll be covering your shirt. Only bring the shirts if you need it for the extra layer. Otherwise, you probably don't need to pack as many as I did. The next thing I want to kind of get upon, since we talked about those things, I do want to mention gloves briefly. I brought snowboarding gloves, waterproof gloves for the glacier hike. You will be hitting parts of Iceland that have snow. If your hands are very sensitive or cold, definitely bring 1 pair. I brought 2 pairs, one that were more like mittens, like a stitch blend, and I didn't wear those as much. My hands aren't as sensitive, so I didn't need them. However, some might. So bring 1 pair of gloves for sure. All right, so we talked about head and torso and pants, shirt. You know, now the thing is the interiors. I brought, my father always said, bring lots of underwear and socks, because you just never know, and you know, whatnot. Very true for me. I was very happy I did. For all the men, I would say bring tighter underwear. You know, I'm a boxer guy, but the tighter underwear was just keeping me warm, and it felt better with all these other layers on top of that. Ladies, do as you will. So I brought those. I brought 6 pairs of wool socks, long, thick wool socks, and 5 pairs of cotton socks. I would say get compression socks if you're going to get cotton blends or whatnot. The compression socks are just, you know, keep your feet a little bit warmer. And if you're very active like I am, you know, you're going to be switching out of the underwear and socks maybe a few times a day, whether you're just dirty, wet, or sweaty. There's just a lot of activities and stuff. So you're going to be switching out. Bring as many as you want. Up to you, of course, but it definitely was much needed. All right, I want to tell you about the next big thing. This is big. Make sure to have boots. Make sure to have these boots. Boots, boots, boots. I don't care, guy or girl, bring boots. You need boots. Iceland is very natural. All hiking, all the time. Just, you know, very little road, very little human, you know, imprint on everything. So boots, boots, boots. Once again, I mentioned the glaciers, even though there's tons of other things. I saw an active volcano. The boots are very helpful. I did a lot of hikes where the boots just came in. I did a lot of rock climbing. I did a lot of stuff like that. The boots are a necessity. You need clamp-ons for when you do the glacier stuff. And it's an extra expense if you don't bring the boots for the glacier hikes, stuff like that. So to save you money, if you already have the boots, please. Now, I want to show you my waterproof shoes. The waterproof shoes were probably like the least necessary. I was actually trekking through water in my boots more so However, if you're just more comfortable or whatever, bring the water shoes. I did wear them a few times, but not as much as I thought I would. So if you're worried about what to put in the bag, maybe that. I brought sandals. I thought I might be slipping onto the sandals and doing that late at night when I'm going to the bathroom, or just something quick to slip on to do something. Iceland was so cold, I found myself just wearing the boots anyway, slipping on the boots anyway. So I wasn't using the sandals that much. I would say you probably don't need to bring those. Once again, up to you. All right, so that covers all of the things you need to wear. I still had a lot of space that I was able to fit in such things like this foldable 5-gallon water container, which I highly recommend you get. Even though Iceland has tons of rivers and stuff like that, places to stop and fill up, it's just nice to always have water. We also have room to fit in snacks, nuts, pretzels, trail mix, stuff like that. Little bags of food we were able to fit into the bags also. That was it. That was the entire thing. Now I want to quickly talk about van life. Van life is a great experience. They supply to you a separate heater from the car, so you can run that all night, so you're not going to be really cold. Their sleeping bags are great, so you can be very toasty. I slept in the buff, so we're good. Like, that's how toasty you were. And it's like, also, it comes with a fridge, and it comes with a stove, little gas heater thing, and you can cook your foods that way. They even give you kitchen stuff to cook with, and you're pretty much good to go, so that you can like eat, sleep, and drive around the entire country of Iceland. So the reason why I say all those things is so that when you're packing and you're worried about something, if you're doing the van life, even the hostels, they have great heating systems and bedding systems. You're pretty good for the most part. I did not bring my own sleeping bag. I did not bring my own sleeping stuff. So I did the van thing. I was good to go that way. And everything I just told you now was able to fit into those 2 bags I showed you. I hope this video helped you well. I hope the length of the video just, bonded us and gave you a good reason to subscribe and stuff. On a serious note, I did start a nonprofit, so please, if you could follow the social media in the comments, I will also list everything. Speaking of comments, if you could leave a comment, hey, I went to Iceland and these were great things that I did or brought or whatnot that I did not mention, that'd be great also. So yeah, I hope this finds you well. I hope you have a great experience and enjoy Iceland. All right, take care.